It's a minute after 6. A very good morning and welcome to Kusile Breakfast Show. It is the 11th of October 2024. So sige nyanga yemphala umnyaka ngo-2024 bitela ngilungelele makagula ngashumi nakubili 12 namhla ekseni. Ngone, how are you this morning?
Senje lisuku lunye tibe lishumi nakubili.
Yeah.
Kule nyanga yemphala. Singena nje lo mhla kulo lesihlanu lo. By the way, kufuna sikhumbule lo ukuthi solo sikuyo inyanga ye letawubuka nje tindzaba tengqondo kuphila kwetengqondo itolo bekungelisuku ke lwe World Mental Health la khona kucubutelwa khona ukuthi sonke asitinake kutheneni siphile kahle kutengqondo. Asisho ukuthi umfu uyahlanya nasithi uphile akaphili kahle kutengqondo, sisho ukuthi nje kunetinto encenye letingakuphathi kahle tikhanza ukuthi setikwenta ukuthi ube nabo depression, ube ne-stress. Bathi ke betempilo bahlole kule nangabe ke kuleso simo leso nongabe ke emsebentini njengoba ke lesicubulo lonyaka vele sithi sibuke kakhulu disebenzi nangabe emsebentini wakho nilalo lelo gumbi la khona tindzaba letifana leto ticociswa khona ubavakashele nakhona nje kuyococisana naloyo lobukele lo gumbi lokuthi ihlola ukuthi engabe wena esimeni engqondweni usese kahle invele noma kunetinto letikuhlupha.
Yeah, I think nalokunye mngoni lebetempilo bayabakusho ukuthi tibalekele timvu letakubangela le stress nalabo depression. Mayibona nje imvu ukuthi le itangiphatha kabi, itangicabangisa kakhulu kanengi, ibalekele onesiqiniseko sokuthi uphilile engqondweni, mentally fit and mentally healthy.
Kodwa ke kuyafuna ngalenye ilanga thombeni ukuthi sike sibabite laba betempilo bovusishabang bo Lokothwako bo Kelvin sike sithi ibukisisa lenzaba ngoba kufuna sicaphele tseneni sisaxuxutela ukuthi bantu abatinake kutengqondo bangabi nabo depression ukuthi singabe sesikhulisa abantu laba soft labaphilela nje complain nokukhala alokwa nalokho ngoba phela emisebentini vela ngeke kuhlale kumnanzi. Asisho ukuthi akungabi mnanzi, sisho ukuthi nje angeke kuhlale kulula njengasempilweni. Kanti ke futhi na utawugadza ukuthi tinvo tibe lula ngaso sonke isikhathi uyavama kulala ungadli kuna impilo lesiphila ko lapha emhlabeni. So we need to maintain that balance. Ngicabanga sithi inkulumo letilule kufuna ukuthi sibe nato just to maintaining and walking this tightrope belungu bathi ke with feline agility uhambe ngathi ulikadi la kule nsambo le because wawela ngala kakhulu kunebungoti nangabe sowungala kwadeni kakhulu futhi na ungala kakhulu ekuthenini wena usoft kakhulu nalapho kunebungoti bakhona. So ngasi indzaba lekufuna sike siyicoce na.
Yeah, kunjalo mngoni. It's a Friday morning. Dinenge tindzaba seniphathele tono lomuhla nje njengoba siqala imphela somvu dokumela ukuthi kuleli viki ngalesibili yes kwasukunyiswa inhlangano lechansha lebuke nje kuzama kunikelela noma ke kunaka labo labeswele lapha eveni bitanga ukuthi liyakhanya charity organization. Inhlangano ke lena lesungulwe abantu labasha lababone bomadima abantu labasha labahlangabetana nabo kanjalo ke nebantu labadzala bokokona bomkhulu. Inhlangano ke lena tawu sita bona abantu labadzala abantu labeswele abantu labakhubatekile ebantfana labasetikolweni labathenga ticatfulo labathenga timphahla bayisungulele lokho sabasikhulumisana nemcondzisi wayo Thabiso Bhembe kuve ukuthi ngabe lithi kahle kahle liphupho labo bangiyo inhlangano tithini tinhlelo tabo labatihlelile bahlele ukuthi batayithola kanjani imali yeke ukuthi bakhone ukuthi nabo basetela abanye. Sizobe sina nje lo muhla nga 6:30.
Yeah, ngithanza imisebenzi labafuna kuyenda laba bakali yakhanya na ubuka ukuthi kunebuswedi lobungakanani lapha eveni kuphonsa leches vivaneni indvo lesihlale ke siyithakasela bonkosi sakhuluma ngato ke tinsaya letibhekene nelive sitawukhumbula nje ukuthi esibayeni sive semaswati sakhuluma ke tindzaba letiningi kufaka ekhathi ukuthi indzaba yenkhohlakalo akube indzaba yayitolo kunendzaba yebuswedi letsinzana kubolulu labatakucocisa nje lomhla labatakucoca elihlelweni lomuhla nanako akube indzaba yayitolo kubese ke kube nalenye indzaba lenkulu kakhulu indzaba yekubade kwamatfuba emsebenti. Insaya lenkulu kakhulu lena lebita ukuthi ke emaswati lakhonako asungule emabhizinisi latathi sekawasungulile asite bona labo laba unemployed bakhona ke kucashekana labanye emaswati. Lo muhla afiso kuhle khumalo lochamuka ka Market Lounge Expo utawuxoxisana nathi mayelana nayo ke leyo expo leyo lakhona bosomabhizinisi labancane batawukhona ukuthi bathole lithuba lekukhangisa ngemikhiqizo imigudo yabo bahlangane futhi babenza oyinye babe mtsibi munye bakhone kushelana ligwayi ngokuthi bangakhula kanjani ngicabanga ukuthi kuningi lesitawukhona ukuthi siphume nako kuleyo nkulumo ngxoxiswano yethuna fiso kuhle khumalo lokutawusita nje ukuthi sibuke kahle ngesithombe lesingasho ukuthi sesisibuke ngemicroscope sasipopula sabadudane ekutheni vele leti insayeya lababhekene nato basaqhuba emabhizinisi abo lamancane la singasho ukuthi asakhansa bangaba overcome kanjani livele kangwane kana nalo litawusitakala imisebenzi lefana nalena ke imisebenzi lesitayithakasela njalo njengoba ke kubonakala ukuthi abantu labasha basukuma basungula emabhizinisi
kunjalo hlala nathi ungayinzawo selesicuba nje nalo hlelo lefukungu lesihlanu ekseni ngo 6 minutes after 6 sasalkhefu sibene indzaba.
Ujala masoda mahle kunathi lesa
sabatandi ukuthi njengalokhu
sivile sive sikhulume
bengwaze mahlokohla nebenkosi lenhle siphindze sinamukele ehlelweni sijabulele nadidi indzabade siswati silo semhlaba sesikhutsate ukuthi buchubeke nekucina nekundlondlobala budlelwane emkhatsini kwelive leSwatini nele Republic of China on Taiwan. Ingwenyama beyikhuluma emcimbini wekugubha ilanga lelive leTaiwan ngesikhathi imelelwe lizinyane umfana nenkosi Banzile lapho khona imbube itvumisile noma ke itvumise leTaiwan ngekuchubeka nekuthuthukisa tekutsengiselana kanye ke nekutshala nje imali emkhatsini kwalamave lamabili. Lo nyaka lelilanga ligujwa kwelikhulu nelishumi nakuthathu.
Sive se-Taiwan lesilapha eveni leSwatini sigubhele ilanga lekutalwa kwe-Republic of China on Taiwan elangeni lelatiwa ngele-double 10 noma lilanga le-Taiwan silo semhlaba besikhathi esimelelwe izinyane umfana nenkosi Banzile kulo mcimbi wekugubha iminyaka lelikhulu nelishumi nakuthathu yelive le-Taiwan. Buhlobo emkhathini kwelive leSwatini nele-Taiwan bacala ngeminyaka 1968 ekubeni leSwatini lithole inkhululeko. Live le-Republic of China on Taiwan kule minyaka lengama-56 libonakele lisekela leSwatini ekuthuthukiseni umnotfo netenhlalakahle esiveni seMaswati. Silo semhlaba sithi leSwatini nele-China on Taiwan kumele achubeke nokuqinisa ubudlelwane lobunemthelela lemihle nalobutawukwenta siqiniseko ukuthi bonke abantu balamave lamabili bathola kusekeleka ngendlela baphindze bathole lonke usito lekumele baluthole kube bhetelo salela ngemuva.
We are pleased and honored to be counted as steadfast diplomatic allies of Taiwan. We have seen our bilateral relations grow each and every time owing to the mutual understanding of our commitment to our government and people. Various sectors, namely public health, agriculture, ICT, energy, infrastructure, and humanitarian assistance, amongst others, have continued to enjoy support from our friends in Taiwan. We must continue to foster healthy and sustainable bilateral relations to ensure that our two peoples get support and services, leaving no one behind.
Ingwenyama ibonge yaphindze yathumisa inzima ledlalwe live le-Taiwan ukukhulisa nekuthuthukisa tekutsengiselana netekutshala timali nelive leSwatini.
We wish to acknowledge and appreciate the rigorous effort made by the Republic of China and Taiwan and expanding trade and investment initiatives with the Kingdom of Eswatini in multiple disciplines. It is our desire to see high volumes in trade and investment between our two countries, which will foster healthy economic growth. Our continued cooperation in these areas have given us positive returns on our drive to meet our sustainable development goals, and ensuring that Emaswati are given proper support in their different constituencies where you have made meaningful impact.
Lo nxusele live leSwatini kuleli, His Excellency Jeremy Liang uthe kuyalijabulisa live leTaiwan kuba ngumsekeli wentuthuko yelive leSwatini.
I can't emphasize enough that for the past 56 years, Taiwan and Eswatini have stood shoulder to shoulder through thick and thin. No challenge is too great, no hurdle too daunting. Taiwan treasures Eswatini and its support for our island of resilience. We look forward to continuous cooperation between our countries, fostering mutual benefits and creating shared prosperity.
Lizinyane bese lifisela lamavela amabili budlelwane lobuhle nalobukhonsile laphinze futhi lafisela namengameli kunye nesive seTaiwan impilo lenhle nalenempumelelo ngeToast. Etintsabeni kubika Pholile Maziya anazweli masuku ezulwini.
Iphiniland vunankulu imphunga Kusile dladla selinikelele likhala kaBhembele liholwa abantwana bendlumkhulu enzaweni yasestandini kaHlatsi khakele lingephansi kwenkhundla yasenkwene banikelele ngendlu lenemakamelo lamabili ekulala kanye neligumbi lokugezela.
Sivile umlandvo wakhe uma sifika la ekhaya nakhona sigijinyiswa nguye inkhundla council kuthi asenibuke ngala ngoba ngaphandle kwakhe umhlonishwa, ngaphandle kwabo ubuchopho, ngaphandle kwendvuna yenkhundla bagcugcutele emaphoyisa emango angeke thine sathi ukuthi ngikuphi lapho kudzingeka khona usizo ngekuthunywa ngawe emakhosi Bhembe nangunyalo nebantfwana bakabo bonke babagcwala kunayindlu naye nebantfwana bakabo sebatawulala endlini lenhle sathi ukuthi emantfombatana atabangala bafana babe ngala siphindze futhi sibona ukuthi asifenise batokhona kucala ingajanyana yabo la tinkuku sonato Bhembe Zandi kule mali asipha yona hulumende bafakele letimbuti batathi lusa bona titokwanza ngoma setanzile umhlonishwa utawuthatothenga imbuti la nami ngidakuda ngilothenga imbuti la siyathi sikaBhembe sathi akafake timbuti njengaloku sithi emakhaya lamanyenti alabantfwana labahlala bodwa abatifakele timbuti sibafakele timbuti sabafakela tinkuku nyalo kude lofuna kudla ramthuthu ngenzaba yempilo sesifuna letinkukhu tasemakhaya so akatinake Bhembe tinake tsatsi bonke laba la ekhaya nitawuphila ngato.
Libandla lelibukete emvelo kanye nelibhange leSwatini Bank sengitona ke tinkampani setingakhona ukuthi titfole imali yokuthi kuliwe nesimo sekuguquka kwesimo selitulu. Indvuna yeliteko letemvelo umhlonishwa Jane Simelane ithi lelibandla nalelibhange sebangakhona kufaka ticelo ukuthi live litfole le mali esikhwameni iGCF sikhwama ke sekulwa nesimo selitulu. Indvuna ithi le mali ingabolekiswa ngema loans noma ke ibe ngema grant. Lenkampani kanye nalelibhange ligunyatiwe noma ligunyatwe inhlangano yakamhlaba yetekudla iFood and Agricultural Organization.
Sitofukela i-private sector lokulibhange ne-agents i-environment i-Eswatini Environment Authority lekungiyona kuyingxenye ye-Ministry of Tourism kokuthi bakhone ukuthi bangakhona kungenela noma balungele ukuthi kusetshenziswe bona kokuthi nangabe kukhona imali lesitifunako nalesiticelile ngaphandle emaveni lesesititfola silive tekusita live lakangwane ikakhulu timali leti tekugucugucuka kwesimo selitulu tikhone leto timali leto lokuthi tingene Eswatini Bank tingene ka-Eswatini Environmental Authority. Ngekwenta kanjalo setama lokuthi le mali ite yonke nasiyitfolile ite yonke lakangwane lokusetshenziswako isetshenziswe live i-benefit live yonke seyiyongana. Lo hlangothi ke lolo silisukumisile namuhla silibonga ngaloko ukuthi kwaba khona lokho ukuthi satise live ukuthi bantu aba-apply nali lithuba ba-applya wagcina bawinile ke laba lababili ukuthi singabasebenzisi. Siyatibongela ukuthi kube nehlangothi njengalo. Nekuveta ke lokho ukuthi emhlabeni wonke live lakangwane kwanyalo lisahamba embili ekuthenini lilwende lolu hlelo lolu emaveni onke live lakangwane lelihamba embili lelikhombisa lokuthi selila kulesigaba lesi lamanye emave aseta ngemuva sine sesihambile sesila leti mali ke leti lesithi titawungena ngalama institutions lamabili ngaSwatini Bank nala timali letingitona titewusebenta tindzaba tekugucugucuka kwesimo selitulu tindzaba tabo environment masikhuluma environment.
Indvuna yelitiko letempilo umhlonishwa Mduduzi Mathebula ithi lusuku lwekugubha kuphila kwengqondo kwanciphisa ke tinkinga letivela emindenini kanye nasemisebentini. Indvuna yethi kucocisana nekufundzisa kungaba likhambi. Kanti ke beyikhuluma uma kugujwa lusuku lwe-World Mental Health lelibanjelwe eMbabane.
Sikubeta khona ukuthi ngabe singela njani ukuba tinombolo lesihlangabezana nato tekubulalana netekuhlukukotela netengcondo kumtsoka ukuthi sihlangane namuhla kutolibuketa leto tindzaba leto kubuka ukuthi ngabe singasizakala njani sisiya kumtsoka ukuthi sifundisane nekwakha nje i-awareness emsebentini nama-communities. Kumtsoka ukuthi sithole isito kusese-early sito-preventa tintfo letiningi letifaka ekhatsi kutibulala nekubulala. Kumtsoka-ke ucocisana emakhaya ucocisana nasemisebentini ikakhulu ukuphathana kahle ngoba sekubonakele ukuthi tindzaba tabo-suicide ticala kancane tiye ngokukhula lokunye singabonanga. Kumtsoka-ke lokho ukuthi sicocisane nangabe kukhona lokuphethe kabi kube nayo indlela yokukhuluma lokukhulu kakhulu nalabo lekukhulunywa nabo babe nayo indlela yokulalela ngoba lomunye umuntu ukhuluma kwasadlala ukhanzisa ukuthathela phansi ngakusasa uveze ukuthi ubulele kanti ngowunalo ithuba lokuthi bowungakhona kumbambisa melulelo. Litiko liphumile lenta konke okusemandleni lokuthi lendzaba ivakale kutotonke tinkhalo telive kuze kutophele eMaswati. Nelusito lwetempilo sitawuzama ngayo yonke indlela ukuthi kube khona yonke indzawo njengalapha nje lasithi khona kuse-mental khona ezakhele lama-services kufune ahambe aye konke ama-regions so that isito totholakala dudane nalapho sihlala khona.
Umcondzisi wetinkulumo endlini yabayesikhulu umhlonishwa Jabulani Mabuza uthi kumcoka ukuthi emalunga ePhalamende abe bantu labacotfo nalabahlonipha umthetho welive. Mabuza ukuvete lokhu ngesikhathi emalunga ePhalamende adalula impahla lanayo ebandleni le-Human Rights.
Emalunga ePhalamende anemsebenzi lomkhulu wekuhlonipha nekuvikela umthethosisekelo welive lakangwane. Sitepu semakhulu lamabili nemashumi lamane nasinye subsection 1 section 241 subsection 1 wemthethosisekelo welive lakangwane kunyateke ukuthi bonke labasemahhovisini embuso bethule impahla lebanayo njalo nje nabangena ehhovisi nangemuva kweminyaka lemibili bangenile ehhovisi. Libandla ke lelibuke emalungelo ebantu nekutiphatsa kwalabo labasemahhovisini ahulumende i-Human Rights Commission lalithola lithuba lekufundisa emalunga ePhalamende ngabumcoka bekuthi ke bethule impahla lebanayo. Lomhlaka umcondzisi wetinkulumo umhlonishwa Jabulane Mabuza uhole emalunga ePhalamende wawaveta ke kulolu bandla le-Human Rights ukuthi ke emalunga athole lithuba lekwethula impahla lebanayo. Ngemva kweke kusine umcondzisi wetinkulumo ethule impahla yakhe ubeseke sewuthatha sifungo njengegunyatwa ngumthetho.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Umcondzisi wetinkulumo umhlonishwa Jabulane Mabuza uthi kungaba inhlahla lembi ukuthi emalunga ePhalamende ahudule tinyawo ekuhlonipheni umthethosisekelo walelive.
Lekuyinto lenhle lesiyikhuthadako ke esiveni sonke naku lo sengakalitholi lithuba ukuthi akavele vele ngoba i-requirement yemthetho. So kumcoka ke ukuthi into le dzingwa ngumthetho siyilandzele siyihloniphe ikakhulukazi thine njengetishayamthetho kubalulekile kakhulu.
Kanti ke lisekela la commissioner kuyo i-Human Rights nanalo livete bumcoka bekuthi ke labo labasemahhovisini embuso bawuhloniphe umthetho welive lakangwane ikakhulukazi wona umthetho lothi abethule impahla lebanayo emthethweni batiwe ukuthi banayo.
And kumcoka ukuthi sibabone ukuthi batiphatha ngendlela lenebuchotho, batiphatha futhi ngendlela lesebaleni, batokhona ukuthi bashayele kahle imithetho yethu. Kakhulu nabo kubenda babe nesisindo nekusisikhona kubathemba sisive ukuthi vele lo msebenzi esibathume wona batawenda kahle sibili.
Indlu ePhalamende ngiyona leshaya umthetho walelive. Umcoka ke ukuthi bona labo labashaya leyo mithetho baphindze bayihloniphe futhi njengakuyishaya kwabo. Elisabeth Eswatini TV ngilingithini Gule nginathemba Shabangu sePhalamende.
Losabambe kuba ngumphathi wemsakato i-Eswatini TV Simise Mamba. Uthi umsakato utawuchubeka nokwenyusa izinga lanakekela ngalo emakhasimende akhe lekubabukeli ke balomsakato. Mamba bekakhuluma ngesikhathi lomsakato uba ingcenye yetinkampani letigubha liviki lekuhambisa umlayeto wekunakekelwa kahle kwemakhasimende.
As organizations zonke kangwane, my companies are celebrating a customer week. Na Eswatini TV akakasaleli ngaphandle. As a national broadcaster, we've been sending messages out to our tibabukeli bethu emakhaya, of which they are our clients. And pinze nangekhathi kuleti 70 tethu leti interacta nalama clients ethu lengaphandle we nabo siyaba encourage and we're pushing them. And just today nje ESCO management yaga ESTVA have been and was embarking on exercise yokuthi ikwendwe i-role sharing iphumelele ngaphandle ingahlali ema-ofisini and get to experience le misebenzi yalama stakeholders ethu, which is our employees. One of the ESCO members bekalapha e-reception amukela ezisingena staff ekseni bebabamukela and aphendula netincingo nalapha egedeni. Another ESCO member bekamukela staff ezisi driver in ekseni with a smile na all the etiquettes like latsingakalabo. Then there's also an construction that is going on like Eteni. So one of our ESCO members was also there ensuring his safety and on the ground. And myself, I was behind the lenses, of which it's our core business. And ngiti immense with the whole experience.
Umqeqeshi welikhethelo lesive sihlangu semnikati Draco Lugarisic uthi-ke ngekubuka kwakhe sikhona sidingo sokuthi emacembu ladlala ka-Premier League ancishiswe kude kuthi lizinga lekuchudzelana liphakame. Lugarisic uthi live leSwatini lincane kuthi-ke lingaba nemacembu la14 lachudzelana esigabeni saka-Premier League. Kanti ngakulokunye umqeqeshi welicembu lemidlalo wemadubane esifundzeni sakaManzini iManzini Athletics Club lokungumuzi Mabuza uthi lelicembu selitawubuyela etinhlelweni tekukhicita abadlali bakusasa labatawukhona kumele lalive njengendlela labayenda kuyo noma-ke labenda ngayo kungijimi yelive Sibusiso Swazi Bolt Matsenjwa. Mabuza uthi batawuphindze bavuse neluhlangothi lwabomake kulomdlalo lolubonakala lusemuva kulamalanga. Abekhuluma nalomsakato kaManzini. Nibengikwazi emahlokohla bethi ngako tesiswati sitawubahlola emakethe sitawubuya masinyane.
Renewal of TV licenses for 2024 is now open. Here is a quick reminder. A viewer's TV license costs 180 emalangeni per device. Other accessories such as decoders and set-top box cost 50 emalangeni per device. For traders and repairers, TV license costs 300 emalangeni per business area. And now, to pay your TV license, use these following methods. You can use MTN Mobile Money with the number 76222000 or dial *007 *3 *7#, or you can use Eswatini Imali. You can pay our TV license at any post office in the country. Another option is you can use any NetBank branch using our TV license account number 119900430037. Don't forget, when paying for your viewer's TV license, reference with your PIN at all times. And when paying for a retailer TV license, reference with your TIN at all times. For more information, call us on 7802-4543 or 34050163 or 34020879. And you can send us a WhatsApp message on 762222000.
Asibenze sinimukele sikuvusele nawo losandza kuzivulela besivedele ukuthi sidabe sikhulumisana na director wenhlangano lentsha lebitwa ngokuthi liyakhanya charity organization isukunyiswa kumthethweni kuleli viki ngalesibili. Inhlangano kelena litawukhona kusida labo labeswele kakhulukati bantfu labasha nalabanye nje labeswele lapha eveni. Joining me now is the director of Liyakhanya charity organization Thabiso Bhembe. Sikuvusele Thabiso sabanga ukuthi benathi lomhla ekseni. It's a beautiful organization lena lenisukumisile especially because nibamfu labasha. First nje mhlambe ngakasichazele ngayo kuva nje ngaleli gama ukuthi walikhetha kanjani igama Liyakhanya.
Okay, siyabonga kakhulu Thuba. So ngekuba ngumuntu lokhulele eSonveni noma ke kuba ngumuntu lokhulele in the church, it was inspired by me having to be at church because I felt like bringing hope to people is bringing light. So that is why I thought of Kuti, I could call it Liyakhanya ngoba I feel like we'll be bringing hope actually to the people, and as much as we'll be bringing light.
Yeah, definitely. I like the word nale definition, explanation lochaza kuyisho. So tell us about the organization. I think nan launch on Tuesday ngatfola lokuthi vele kakhulu indaba enibuke mhlawumbe bamflabasha because nanini bamflabasha but nalabathala labakhulile labaswele nabasita. Sichazele nje ukuthi what is your vision as Liyakhanya Charity Organization?
Okay, as an organization we sifise ukuthi singabasita bantfu labasha as much as soshito ukuthi nebami labadzala. So we sibona nje mhlawumbe sisitsingo lesikhona ngoba ukhanze ukuthi bantfu labasha they are engaging in some of the things which they aren't good for themselves. They are mhlawumbe labanye babone ukuthi likusasa labo liyafa. So we're trying to enlighten them because some of them kuyabamangalisa kubona bantfu labangangabo babatshela such things because it's not like abalati liqiniso but liyabe seseliyashintsha naselichamuka ngemuntu lo lingana nawe at times. Yes.
Yeah, so nifise kukwenda kanjani nje lokufinyelela kubamflabasha yini kahle kahle leniyibonile nize nje nisukumise nize niqale lenhlangano lena yini lokuhlupheka lenikubonile kubamflabasha lenikubonile kubamflabadzala mhlambe nisenda lucwaningo lwenu nje la emangweni emiphakathini yini lenibone nje ukuthi hayi asizokumisa organization elohlobo sitawukhona kufinyelela kubantu labathengile.
Kusho ukuthi ngiqale ngebamflabasha I think it's them having to engage kuma drugs nekuthi ke ukhanza ukuthi people they then move away from school and all the likes lo sokubese kubenda konguthi babese abasakhoni ukulawuleka so ukhanza ukuthi sebakhoza ne chaos emimangweni. So then as an organization sasibonga singo sekuthi we can reach out to those people, maybe have a discussion nabo, maybe we can talk, try to bring the light empilweni tabo ukuze bakhone ukuthi bagcineke bakhone nekubuka impilo yabo bakhone ukuphilisa nabo. That is why there are quite a lot of programs that we are striving to introduce to the organization.
Such as
such as ukuthi I could just say konguthi I think I stated go launch konguthi sifisile konguthi we can have a handcraft school lesingabe sephinze siyazama ukuthi si provide nemisebenzi for those learners labatawe bafunza because siyabona ukuthi bantu bayafunza babuye bahlale ne-certificate tabo. So we're trying ukuthi for those kids laba tawufunza lemisebenzi yetandla sizame ukuthi siphinze sibaphe nemisebenzi and futhi we could also educate them on how they can start their own business. So and also looking forward to inzaba yebantfu labadzala. You'd find ukuthi bantfu labadzala abasakhona ukuphilisa njengenje there's an ongoing case that we're trying to resolve. We're striving to help this man shothi uhlaselwe ukugula then kwadingeka ukuthi ajutshwe inyawo lakhe. So bewumuntu lebekaphilisa ngemsebenzi etandla kucenza nekugubha emabale abantu. So you can imagine ukuthi naso udelinyawo ubese sekuba likhuni. So you'd find ukuthi he goes to bed without of him having to have anything in his stomach. Imagine ukuthi lo mvulo nangabe ay breadwinner ekhaya beka breadwinner, what will happen to the kids? So you'd find ukuthi even if nangabe bana privilege esikolweni they might go to school without anything in their bellies.
You're so young. Vele kuvela ukuthi vele what actually motivates you lokuthi vele ufuna kuyenda lento kumbe ushido ukuthi ukhulele Somfeni kumbe ngabe ngilokho ukuthi ukhulele Somfeni ufisile lokubona labanye bamfu nabo basucceeda bahlala kahle baphila kahle banetimpahla banekudla balala badlile.
I don't think it might be of ukuthi ngiya eSonveni kuphela because we know ukuthi there are also some people who don't go to church but banenhlitiyo lenhle. Kunguba nje kunguthi ube ne vision yalento like not wishing anyone to ukuthi umbone aphila impilo yakhe recklessly budlapha. So ngiloko nje ngicansi ukuvelana nebantu nelithando nebantu. Yes.
So le team yenu nje as an organization awule somuke ukuthi nakhona kunebamflabasha tell us about your team nje ukuthi nahlangana kanjani navumelana kanjani ukuthi vele nisungule le organization lena.
Kusho ukuthi when I first like decided ukuthi I want to take a step further, I then approached someone, then I told her about ukuthi I wanna start an organization lo kanje then we moved on take steps further. Kwase sewukhanza ukuthi there are certain people who then came and approached ukuthi they would like to be part of the NANG. So most of the people laba part of the organization are my church mates. Yes.
So kunithatha isikhathi esinganani nje to come up with the organization ukuthi vele le launch yenteke on Tuesday? How long did it take for you guys to come up with ideas ukuthi vele vision yenu ithi, mission yenu ithi, activities le ndawo enda nawa kunithatha nje isikhathi esinganani ukuthi konke kuhlangane?
I think kuthethe lichi because looking at ukuthi the process of registration started last year in September, so maybe successfully this year on February we got our certificate. So since February we have been planning on how we can do such events like ukuthi sikhone ukuthi siyilonje ibe well known and nekuthi bantu bathi ukuthi this is a legit organization.
Yeah. So what are your bigger plans? What is your biggest vision for Liyakhanya Charity Organization? Nasibona nje mhlambe umnyaka lomusho lesitawuqala 2025 nifise kufika phi ning Liyakhanya nifise kufinyelela kubamfla bangakhi? What is your plan? Senikhonile nje kuhlala phansi nibuke ukuthi okay, nasicala umnyaka lomusho sifuna kwenda nako, sifuna kwenda nako, sifuna kwenda nako.
Sho ukuthi nasibuka umnyakeni lotako besifisile ukuthi we could help maybe this man that I've just stated, Lias sifisile, because he's a man who likes agriculture. And so we besifisile ukuthi maybe we could help him with the agriculture part akhone ukuthi na diphilise, because that's what we all about ukuthi people they should discover themselves. Because we know Gunguti, even if Asanjena, but God, I think, had a plan Gunguti, how is he going to survive? So what we're trying it is to bring logo. So we are willing Gunguti, we could help him, we could build, because even a structure is not as quite as comfortable and as safe as we think it can be. Then also we could help him with fencing. Then I think it's only the farming part.
Okay. So ni plan ukuthi mhlambe ma funds timali teku sustain the organization inita titfola kanjani? Senikhonile nikutfola a few donors letita khona nje ukuthi tinsimamise nikhone ukuthi nani nichubeke nitsitela abanye abantu labaswele.
As an organization besi sengatholi like donors, but we are working with Netbank. So we are hoping that Netbank is going to push us through as we are trying to make our vision a reality. So nguloko nekuthi nje ema funds ethu besi fisenge ukuthi we are going to plant a garden where we're going to sell lama vegetables for some of the projects, but knowing ukuthi that will not be enough to cater all the things that we might think we want to do. So also going to ask from other companies, maybe some individuals, to help us.
Yeah. So ngimaphi nje lamanye ama cases mhlambe le niwabonile as benisacabanga nisahlelisene phasi enisazama ukucala le organization. I think so ivedile indzaba yababe lana lobeka buketekulima. Ngikuphi lokunye nikubonile lokuvele lokunimotivate kakhulu ukuthi novele asiyicale le nhlangano?
Kusho ukuthi like there's this one woman lo ukhanze ukuthi she had a soup kitchen. I think our last donation, which was last weekend, we went to donate clothes in that soup kitchen. So uwondla labantwana with his very own pocket. So you'd find Gunguts at times it's not something that is consistent. So kuye bese sekuba buhlungu when you find Gunguti naye akasakhoni kanti bantwana like every day they should eat for them to be productive, even in their learning as well. So kwasithinza kakhulu lokho, because there's also a land that is bought for the soup kitchen. So she bought land for the soup kitchen. So besifisile nakhona ukuthi as an organization we could help akhone kusimamisa le structure, then akhone nokuthi maybe kudla kuhlale khona for the kids, because we know ukuthi kuyekelela labantwana kubulala lekusasa lale live.
Yeah, tiningi letinkinga leti khona lapha eveni labanye bantfwana batinhloko temakhaya ma-child-headed homesteads, labanye bahlukubeteka, labanye bedede ticatfulo tesikolwa, kuningi nje labanye bedede imphahla. Engabe nako loko niyakubuka nivele ukuthi no yintfo lenifise kuyenda, yintfo lenifise kuphumelela kiyo. Labanye bede ama-pads bamfana bemamfambatana, so nitibukele intongo letimvu leto ukuthi mhlambe i-organization yenu itibuke nikhonekisete abamfu.
Yes, bese kubukile nje coming to the part lo khanza khona ukuthi bantwana umfana nguye lobuke umndeni wakibo, maybe his little siblings. So in the long run besifisile as an organization to establish a children's home where also we could add kulawa la corner and we try maybe ukuthi nasibona ukuthi simo smatima we could take those children sibakhulise then nasebakhulile babuyele ekhaya.
Yeah.
Because we know ukuthi it is much so difficult for umfana ukuthi anganakala omnye umfana because umfana usuke nasathi ngakukhulisa. There are certain things la ngatati kukhona la afuna akhutwe khona, kukhona la afune aboniswe khona. So I think bengaba ngiloko. Coming to the other part besi kukwenda lokuthi we buy sanitary towels but at a lower stage. You'd find ukuthi siyawathenga maybe siyabaniketa those certain individuals, but bese kufuna ukuthi maybe if you can just buy something lenkulu for us to go and give to those labete, like yes.
Yeah, lesimo vele sisinjani kulabo nje lemensolo ba donatela. Engabe vele bawadinga kangakanani lamaphedza? Singanani lesithing?
No, ukhanze ukuthi bawadinga kakhulu because like looking ukuthi there are certain people lokwendeka nje ukuthi inyanga iyokucala iyophela there's nothing lengenako kuye, so you could imagine ukuthi lo mvulo angasurvive kanjani. How is she going to be able to buy wona lama sanitary towels, like so khanza ukuthi vele siba sibe kakhulu. So awati ukuthi if angazama kusebenzisa lokunye kutawendi damage lenganani kuloyo mfana.
Yeah. Yes. So ngifuna kubuyela nje endzabeni ukuthi ni team yabamfla basha ingabe kukhona yini mhlambe lokho kucushisana lenikutholako ngoba abamfla basha nalabadzala nje kuba khona ama disagreements lapha nalapha, kuba khona kungevani nitawukhona yini ukubambana nibe i-team nisebende nenilo msebenzi wokusita abantu? Kukhona yini ukucushiseka lenitfolako, i-advice lenitfolako, nitawubambana kanjani kona siqiniseka sokuthi lenhlangano yenu ibanga lekhonsako yenda lo msebenzi lo osungulele wona?
Yes, singasho ukuthi bakhona la leyo khanze ukuthi each time siyaya kibo siyothula umbiko basicushise ngemavi enhlakanipho. So kubukeka ngathi so far so good kuyasebenzeka ngoba kuyatiwa ukuthi la khona abantu bacala baba babili vele kungavali kutawuba khona, but funa kungukuthi bese senyahlala phansi seniyazama ukuthola isombululo saleyo nkinga ngoba ngeke kusite nekuthi nihambe niyosita abantu nini ningakasitakali kwanini.
Yeah.
Meaning ukuthi you also need the charity, because charity is not the food, it's not everything, but it entails everything. So you might need it in terms of resolving some of the issues that arises.
Okay. So athini nje amaphupho enu lamakhulu inhlangano leni liyakhanya charity organization, ngibekise nje mhlambe naphinze nifise ukuthi ninikete bamphaba esikole labadingile ama scholarships ukuthi bakhone kufunza. Athi nje amaphupho enu lamakhulu esita ucala nje umnyaka lomusha nifise ukuthi kwendekeni eze nisachubeka nisakhula?
Okay, la emaphupho ethu as I think bese ngikunamile lokunye kwawo kungukuthi sifise kuba nesikolo seTemakhona lapho khona ungakhanza ukuthi bantwana bayeta bafunza, maybe sizame ngato tonke indlela ukuthi noma umfana abhadala but kungabe sekuba into lenyukelako, but because you'd find kungukuthi it will be run by the charity. Nekuthi ke lokunye ngekubuka simo lesikhona even ukhanza ukuthi there's shortage of drugs. Besifisile kungukuthi nakhona singaba sandla lese finyelelako mhlambe enzaweni lethe emaphandleni, like maybe in creating some of the clinics letawusita labo labanang. Maybe you'd find kungukuthi it is just for free, people just come and get help for free, but I don't think it can be anyone because bakhona laba affordable. So I think it can be just for those labanga afford.
Okay. So akuthini yakhona yini ama activities eniqalileni ku donate abantu labadingile kuma khona leni kwendako this weekend noma mhlambe ngekhamba kwesikhathi kulenyanga lesetulu kukhona leni kuhlelile?
In terms of donations, for now there's none letako, maybe sooner, but we are hoping to have an event, fundraising event in this month on the 26th of October. Yes, I think it will be at Mbabane Theatre Club, 1:30 emini.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, ngabe niyatfolakala inyalo ku social media nisenalo in office khona bamvu noma ke tinkampani naletinye tinhlangano tifisa ukuthi tin donate tikhona kuntsita as regards to raising ama funds?
Okay, we do have a social media page ka Facebook known as Liakhanya Charity Organization. Ngilaba ngasithola khona abantu nekuthi tinombolo telicingo maybe tikhona khona but nje sekungaba disho 7668 7015 na 79687015. So the office bekuse indvo lesete yona, that's also some of the things that we're striving to do. Maybe if we can just occupy a space la khona abantu batawati ukuthi nabafuna lisito ka Liakhanya bamthola ku Liakhanya physically.
All right. No smart. Yes. Thank you so much. Thabiso Bhembe bonge Thabiso Bhembe lo director wenhlangano lentsha le donator kulabo labaswele kakhulu noma ke labathingile kakhulu lapha eveni. It is newly formed isukunyiswa ngokusemthethweni this Tuesday kuleviki lelisetulu bafisile ukuthi ba raise ama funds nabo bakhona kufinyelela kulabo labangakhona ukudisita kakhulu kade nje nabo bamfla basha nabamfla abadzala labathingile lapha eveni. Saselkhefu sabe sicubana nehlelo.
Here's another popping Friday evening right here on Friday Night Lights, baby. This is the platform for the coolest DJs in the kingdom.
Welcome back. Sivusele now losanza kusivulela lomuhla. It is International Day of the Girl Child. Tinhlangano kweletinengi titabe tiligubha lolusuku nje kwanzisa tinsaye noma ke tinkinga umfana wentfombatana lahlangabetana nabo. Sesina Xolani Ihlatshwa lo country director womkhankaso we1 billion rising kuva nje ukuthi ngabe mhlambe lolusuku lolu lobaleka kanganani emfaneni lo intfombatana. Sivusele Xolani lomhla ekseni. Thank you for joining us lomuhla. Isicubulo salonyaka sithi Girls Vision for the Future. Ingabe nje kumcwanga nani ukuthi vele sili commemorate lelanga nenzima ledlalwa ngumfana wentfombatana.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu Lulu, ngikubingelele pheze ngibingelele nembukele ekhaya. Kwekucala nje lengakusho ukuthi lelanga leli limcoka kakhulu even la kaNgwane namhlaba wonke. Esigabeni sekuthi umfana lo intfombatane umcoka and nasibuka ukuthi nasibuka lizinga labakilo umfana nentombazane nalongumake bangilabanye la mantfombatane ngilabanye labasalele emuva etigabeni letinengi. So lilanga leli ngilele likhuthatako nje ukuthi sisakwenda konke sikhuluma indzaba ukuthi sipromote equality, ukhumbule umfana lo yintombatane ngoba usalele naye emuva etigabeni letinengi, and nekuconza lokuthi nangabe sifuna ukuthi inhlalakahle yabomake nabobabe ibe ngilengcono, itawucala ekutheni lo mfana lo yintombatane simkhumbule kulesigaba lapha sesemncane khona, simvetele mathuba, sente siciniseko sekuthi tintfo letimcindzetelako letifana nekuhlukubeteka, nekuthi asale ephuyeni, ukuthi solo uhluphekile angatholi emathuba ekuthi afunze, nemicabo nje lemningi lenta umfana lo yintombatane atikhanze solo asalele emuva. Siyikhweshise nendlela lesibafundzisa ngayo, nekwenta livi labo livakale etigabeni letehlukahlukene, nekuthi simbone ukuthi konke lakwentako kumcoka futhi kukhona likusasa lokungaliletha eveni. Kungako-ke nathi singumkhankaso i-1 Billion Rising sitimbandzakanya naleli langa limcoka kangaka, sitimbandzakanya kanye nahulumende kulibungata kwayo, siphindze nathi sibe netinhlelo tethu lesitabe sinato ngale nyanga le siphumile le lapho sisemangweni sisebentela khona.
Yeah, no, kuyavakala Colani tiningi tingingabamphana bemantombazane labahlangebatana nato teen pregnancy ukhanze ukuthi sebahlukubeteka ngekwelicansi lokona lokwa sebatikhanza benta timvo letingahambisani mhlambe ngenxa yebuphuya noma ke busweti ngabe yini vele lenikhandzako nanisahamba nje nivakashela imimango nende ama community outreaches.
Ngiyabonga Lulu, kuma programs ethu si-1 Billion Rising sinala sikubita ukuthi ngema Girls Club, le lapho si creator le space lapho siyakhona loku engage kahle nalabantwana labangemantombatane, and kuningi lokuvelako labakuvetako bantwana bayaveta emantombatana ukuthi ngenxa yekushintsha kwesimo ukuthi batali bayasebenta, sekuningi esibhizi kuleli live lesiphila kilo nyalo ngokuthi sizama indlela tekuphila, bayaveta ukuthi bayeva ngazuthi basuke ba left out noma akude lokuthola le attention yebatali, lokubendela abanye ukhanze ukuthi sebayawuphuma bayoyifuna etindzaweni letingasiko kahle, lokusekubaholela-ke ekutheni sebakhanze sebathandzana nebantu nalabo lakhanze badzala labo babe labadzala kunabo, sebagcina sebakhulelwe, and indzaba ye-teenage pregnancy-ke noma ukukhulelwa kwabantwana labancane kuyindzaba lebuhlungu kakhulu lungelelo ema-communities ukhalwa ngayo, and kulenye intfo lesibisele emuva silive emetameni yethu lehlukahlukene yekulwa nekuhlukubeta, ngoba utawutalwa nangumntwana naye lotalwa ngumntwana longeke anikedwe lithando, longeke afundziseke ngendlela lengiyo ngoba naye umntalo wakhe usadzinga ukuthi afundziseke. So konke lokho ngikolo lokwenta ukuthi lapho sithi sifuna siyakhona sigcine singafiki sibuyele emuva. Siphinde futhi sibuke nje ukuthi ngalendlela ludlame noma iviolence leseyikhona ngayo ishiye imindeni leminye sekusela kunetintsandzane, sekusele bantwana sebasele bodwa, and esikhathini lesiningi ukhanza ukuthi lona ke lo yintombatane so unikwa lo mthwalo lo ongediwe ukuthi nguye lesekufanele salabuka labanye noma banakekelela, kungakhathaliseki ukuthi ungakanani noma mncane, kodwa sonikwe lo mthwalo longetulu langasaka kakutholi-ke ukuthi naye abe ngumntwana. Lokuphindze kwente ukuthi laba-ke letidlamlilo kungaba ngumndeni noma bomakhelwane bathatha i-advantage ukuthi loyo mntwana loyo sebayamhlukubeta ngekwelicansi. Lokwenta-ke ukuthi lo mntwana lo yintombatane abe more vulnerable ku-abuse noma atikhanze angiloyo ongakaphephi ekumndenini wakhe, angakaphephi emangweni lapho aphila khona. And lokunye lesikuvile nasikhuluma nalabantwana labangamantombatane kulama Girls Club ukuthi kuningi lokuthi la emakhaya bayasetshenziswa ukuthi kube indlela le kudliwa ngabo, indla ngabo. Umfana lomncane lona 12 years sokuqhamuka malume lothi uyambamba kule minye yale mango bayasho labantwana ukuthi batali bayabakhokha ukuthi hambe kumalume udolala udleni ngoba lakhaya sifuna kudla, and lokwendela abanye babo bagcine babaleka emakhaya bahlala la emadolobheni ikakhulukazi kule mango leseceni kwasemadolobheni babaleka ngoba basetshenziswa
Xolani
ngalendlela.
ngicela ukujuba, unfortunately sesiphilela sikhathi, kepha nje siyabonga ukuthi usivedele nje leso sithombe sokuthi niyakhona nani ukuthi ibone letinkinga futhi niyakhona kubasida amantfombatana la emimangweni ngetinkinga lababhekana nato.
Siyabonga kakhulu ngalelo, sibonga nimbukele ekhaya.
Yeah. Mbukele, that was the country director Xolani Hlatshwako wemkhankaso i-1 billion rising. Siyazivitela nje sithombe nje sebomcoka belanga la namuhla International Day of the Girl Child. Stasisa carefully elifishana sibuya sibuka i-traffic update.
Meet Tando. She's taking control of her health with the PrEP ring. The PrEP ring is a small, flexible silicone ring that you insert into your private parts once a month. It releases medication that helps prevent HIV. It's discreet, convenient, and fits seamlessly into your life. With the PrEP ring, you can reduce your risk of HIV infection and focus on what matters most. Empower yourself with the PrEP ring, your monthly shield against HIV. Worried about side effects? Most people on PrEP experience minimal side effects. Choose the PrEP ring to prevent HIV.
Watching General Conference has brought many blessings in my life. I feel the love of Christ surrounding me. It fills my heart with peace. I always leave feeling inspired. I feel incredibly blessed. Join us for General Conference. Listen to the uplifting messages, be inspired, and get direction for your life and feel the sense of community that awaits you. Tune in this Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Eswatini TV.
Welcome back. 3 minutes before 7 sitafuna ukuva simo semgwaco na inspector Sehlo Dlamini. Inkosi asikuvusele, ingabe kuhambeka kanjani lo mhla ekseni emigwacweni yelive?
Anguvusele Mthombeni, ngiphinde ngivusele nabo bonke lababukele wona umsakazo sibuko seMaswati. Cha, imigwaco yelive sesihlolile Mthombeni. Lokukhona nje-ke kungaba kulapha kamanzini lapho khona ibane temgwaco talapha eFoodliner kanye nakanozidumo tingasebenzi. Kani nathi letilapha Central library tona ativeti nangu umbalalo emba lesiyaye sithi uyelo. Kunemsebenzi ke losaqhubeka lapho timpawu tibekiwe kusuka lapha ku-interchange uye ufika lapha ekhaya point mabukana nelisonto la kaNational usebenzisa i-Central Distributor Road. Kanye lapha nawubheka khona emafutheni lapha kaShangri-La nakhona kukhona umsebenzi lo wendiwako lapho emgwacweni kuleyo highway. Kani nalapha eMzimbovu nakhona kwakhiwa umsebenzi kwakhiwa ibhloho lelihamba ngetulu kwemgwaco. Kani ke edolobheni la kuMathapha ngithi angiqwayise esive ukuthi elangeni lalamuhla kutawube kunemsebenzi utawubanga kusebenza kwawo lo dolobha la kuMathapha kube nako kuphisikela kwatise ukuthi emaphoyisa vele sakhona sakanekisile emgwacweni kulawula tona phela imoto ngendlela lekuthi nangabe sekufike lebatawuthi babuke nali ilanga lakafaya bakhone ukuthi bahambe ngalokukhulu ukukhululeka kani nato phela tisebenti tawo umgwaco phecelezi basebenzisi bemgwaco nangabe khona lapha bafuna kuya ngakhona abalungiselele kusesenesikhathi. Ngapha nje-ke kusho ukuthi idolobha la kuMathapha litawuthi libe nekuphathaphazamiseka elangeni lalamuhla. Emadolobha-ke lokufaka ikhathi imbabane nenhlangano ibane temgwaco tiyasebenza kahle kakhulu. Kungaba nguloko lengikupha kona elangeni lalamuhla. Ngethembe ukuthi eMaswati asayisebenzisa imigwaco yelive ayawuba bantu labaphephako. Ngiphinde ngikhumbutele naba bantu lebahamba bafuna indlela ngetingubo letimhlophe phecelezi naba lesithi bakhubateke ngekungaboni. Lokho siyanxusa lokho ukuthi na umbona emgwacweni afuna leyo ndlela ngaleyo nzuku yakhe ungamhutheli ngalokuthi lokumhuthela kubese sekumenda ukuthi alahlekelwe ukuthi ingabe kuphi lapha one khona eme achubeke ayembili noma ajike abuyele emuva kunesimo ke futhi bese akaboni naloko ukuthi wena ke nangabe ufise kumsita muqele uve la ikuyelo ukuthi ingabe uyalidinga yini imsito lapho kunebe ukuthi umhathule uvele ukuthi hayi wena uyamsita uyambamba uhamba naye lokho kumenta bese sewuyadideka alahlekelwe ngilendlela lebesinasi ahambe ngayo ngoba bona bahamba ngekuyidayela indlela ukuthi sihlala sihamba la uyakhona nalokuyiva la ephasi lokuthi ngulele ndlela avamise kuyisebenzisa lide i-sense of sight anganayo kungaba ngiloko mthombeni lengakupha kona elangene lalamuhle.
Sibonga kakhulu Nkosi kusivetela sithombe sesimo somgwaco lomhla ekseni seyibumbe nensimbi esikhombisa sitawusisa khefu nasibuya sathatha indzabade singisi.
Ujala masada mahle kunathi lesa.
Sabatandi ukuthi njengalokho sivile sive sitikhulumeni.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. It's a minute after 7. This is the news at 7. His Majesty King Mswati III says the Kingdom of Eswatini and the Republic of China and Taiwan should continue to foster healthy and sustainable bilateral relations for the benefit of the people of both countries. Speaking during the 113th National Day celebration of the Republic of China and Taiwan, where the King was represented by His Royal Highness Prince Banzile, His Majesty also appreciated the effort made by Taiwan in expanding trade and investment between the two countries.
The Taiwanese in the Kingdom of Eswatini gathered and celebrated the Taiwan National Day or the Double Tent Day at the Happy Valley Hotel. His Majesty King Mswati III was represented by His Royal Highness Prince Banzile during the 113th National Day celebration. The Kingdom of Eswatini and the Republic of China and Taiwan have had bilateral relations since Eswatini's independence in 1968. The Republic of China and Taiwan has contributed immensely to the socio-economic development of the country the past 56 years. His Majesty King Mswati III says the Kingdom of Eswatini and the Republic of China and Taiwan must continue to foster healthy and sustainable bilateral relations to ensure that the people of both countries get support and services and leaving no one behind. The King was speaking through His Royal Highness Prince Banzile.
We are pleased and honored to be counted as steadfast diplomatic allies of Taiwan. We have seen our bilateral relations grow each and every time owing to the mutual understanding of our commitment to our government and people. Various sectors, namely public health, agriculture, ICT, energy, infrastructure, and humanitarian assistance, amongst others, have continued to enjoy support from our friends in Taiwan. We must continue to foster healthy and sustainable bilateral relations to ensure that our two peoples get support and services, leaving no one behind.
The King has also acknowledged and appreciated the effort made by the Republic of China and Taiwan in expanding trade and investment initiatives with the Kingdom.
We wish to acknowledge and appreciate the rigorous effort made by the Republic of China and Taiwan in expanding trade and investment initiatives with the Kingdom of Eswatini in multiple disciplines. It is our desire to see high volumes in trade and investment between our two countries, which will foster healthy economic growth. Our continued cooperation in these areas have given us positive returns on our drive to meet our sustainable development goals and ensuring that Emaswati are given proper support in their different constituencies where you have made meaningful impact.
Taiwan ambassador in the Kingdom of Eswatini, His Excellency Jeremy Liang, said Taiwan feels proud and grateful to be a development partner to the kingdom.
I can't emphasize enough that for the past 56 years, Taiwan and Eswatini have stood shoulder to shoulder through thick and thin. No challenge is too great, no hurdle too daunting. Taiwan treasures Eswatini and its support for our island of resilience. We look forward to continuous cooperation between our countries, fostering mutual benefits and creating shared prosperity.
His Royal Highness then proposed a toast for the warm and cordial relations that exist between the two countries and the good health and welfare of the President and the people of Taiwan. On the news, I'm Kusile Mazia with Zweli Masuku in Eswatini.
The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Kusile has handed over a new house to a child-headed Bembe homestead at Estandini in Hlatikulu under Ngwene Nkundla. The house consists of 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom.
The Bembe family consists of 8 members, and the new house was constructed with the assistance of community members who were working under the Food for Work program. The Deputy Prime Minister, Senator Kusile says in order for Their Majesty's wish of seeing all Emaswati's social welfare improved, her office does not only donate houses but other amenities that would help families sustain their livelihoods.
Sivile umlandvo wakhe uma sifika la ekhaya nakhona sigijinyiswa nguye inkundla council kuthi asenibuke ngala asenibuke ngala asenibuke ngala ngoba ngaphandle kwakhe umhlonishwa ngaphandle kwabo ubuchopho ngaphandle kwendvuna yenkundla bagcugcutele amaphoyisa emango angeke thine sathi ukuthi
She says her office got to know about the family through the Constituency Council, and as per the wish of Their Majesties, the office has provided the family with fencing to allow it to start a backyard garden, rear chickens, and shall soon provide them with goats to breed for income generation. The Member of Parliament for Ngwene Nkundla, Honorable Skhumbuzo Dlamini, says the Deputy's Prime Minister's work needs support from all sectors.
Nami njengelunga leParliament emhlonishwa ngithi angisho lo ukuthi awu nami njengasemalanga mangaki ngidawuletha umbhedze la kaBhembe.
Ngosing Phile Bembe, who is disabled and heads the family, thanked the Deputy Prime Minister for the donation of the new house, and the royal crawl was represented by Robin Hlengetwa. The Deputy Prime Minister then proceeded to Zombodze Emuva Nkundla, where she also donated a house to a Sihlongonyane family that is headed by a 15-year-old girl. She ended the day at Matsanjeni Nkundla, where she also donated a house to Zealand Demande. Reporting for Eswatini TV News, Mbongwa Dube, Smuva Shongwe, and other pictures sourced from the Deputy Prime Minister's office.
The Minister of Health, Honorable Mduduzi Matebula, announced that smart bags for renal patients are now available. He stated that the drugs delivered will last for a month. Additionally, the minister provided the update on the state of the theatre facilities. He made these remarks during a press briefing with the media at Mbabane Government Hospital.
The Minister of Health would like to update the public that the challenges which led to disruption of some services at Mbabane Government Hospital are being resolved, while the renal dialysis challenges have been resolved. The items that led to the disruption of the renal dialysis were sourced from Hlatikulu Government Hospital and services continued yesterday. Sessions started at 2 p.m. yesterday and have been running smoothly. More stock has been received from suppliers today, which will last more than a month, allowing delivery of sustainable buffer stock in the next 2 weeks. We will continue to engage on a PPP arrangement for sustainability and decentralization of the services to other regions of the country. On the CT scan services, we have made arrangements with private facilities to render the service under Phalala Fund using existing arrangements. And yesterday, we were able to offer the service to 14 clients. On the theatre services, some drugs have been sourced from the central medical stores, while other drugs are expected to be delivered in the next few days by different suppliers. This will enable resumption of elective theatre operations.
The Eswatini Environmental Authority and Eswatini Bank have received accreditation to access funding from the Green Climate Fund. The Minister of Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Honorable Jane Simelane, says this accreditation will enable the country to access funds aimed at mitigating climate change. The minister made these remarks during the unveiling of these organizations in Matapa.
The Eswatini Environmental Authority and Eswatini Bank have officially received accreditation to access funding from the Green Climate Fund. During the unveiling of these organizations, the Minister of Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Honorable Jane Simelane, says her ministry is optimistic that this accreditation will enable Eswatini to secure essential funds aimed at mitigating the impact of climate change.
This accreditation is a gateway to financial resources that can empower us to implement our national climate change strategies effectively. Accrediting local institutions is a strategic imperative that enhances ownership capacity and sustainability of climate activities.
The regional coordinator of the Food and Agriculture Organization, Dr. Patrice Dalla, says these funds are crucial in supporting projects that prioritize inclusivity.
The purpose of this program is really to support the development of the Kingdom of Eswatini and support the farmers, the small-scale farmers and the youth to access to the climate finance and to support also their activities. We know that today resource mobilization is very important for the country, and the climate financing is really an area where we all need to invest.
Nozizo Mulela, the managing director of Eswatini Bank, reaffirmed the bank's commitment to supporting initiatives that address climate change.
Namhla-ke sitowuqala lo msebenzi noma kade saqala, but namhlanje it's official ukuthi vele sesilungiselela ukuthi sikhone ukuthola leti mali. The Global Climate Fund sitibuyise ekhaya kude eMaswati atawukhona kusebenta tindzaba te-climate change.
Eswatini Water and Agricultural Development Enterprise and Food and Agriculture Organization signed a memorandum of understanding. Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni, Matapa.
The Minister of Health, Honorable Mduduzi Mathebula, emphasized the importance of accommodating mental health initiatives in the workplace. Mathebula says that mental health commemoration encourages organizations to prioritize and implement mental health programs. The minister made these remarks during a commemoration event held in Babane.
Speaking during the commemoration of the World Mental Health Day, the Minister of Health, Honorable Mduduzi Mathebula, says the necessity of integrating mental health initiative within the workplace is crucial. The minister says health programs are vital for fostering a supportive environment for employees.
We have witnessed heartbreaking cases of suicide, often rooted in untreated mental health conditions, overwhelming stress, and isolation. These tragedies underscore the urgent need for comprehensive mental health strategies that prioritize prevention, education, and support within our workplaces and other communities. There are critical steps that we need to take together to combat the issue of deaths as a result of mental issues. These include the following. 1, education and awareness. It is crucial that we educate our workforce about mental health issues, including the signs of distress and the importance of seeking help. Training programs and workshops can empower employees to support one another and reduce the stigma associated with mental health challenges.
The World Health Organization representative in Eswatini, Dr. Mekdem Ayana, says that mental health should be embraced by employees across all sectors.
By providing training and implementing anti-stigma interventions, we can cultivate workplace culture that embraces mental health as a fundamental aspect of our well-being. To create lasting change in this, it is essential to governments, employers, and workers all play their part. We all have a role to play in this call for action.
This year's theme focuses on encouraging mental health programs in the workplace. Eswatini TV News, Sondomlangeni, Babane.
The Minister of Tinkhundla Administration and Development, Honorable Sikumuzo Dlamini, says the Tinkhundla Local Government Bill will ensure that all administrative and service issues are properly discharged throughout the country. The Minister made these sentiments when addressing stakeholders during a meeting where they made inputs into the bill held at the George Hotel in Manzini.
The Minister of Tinkhundla, Honorable Sikhumbuzo Dlamini, explained that the regional administrators have a huge role to play in the development of the bill, as it aims to address a lot of issues that were raised by eMaswati at Sibaya.
Sawukhumbula ukuthi vele sithunywe live sithunywe ngemvume emhlaba ukuthi ushaye lo mthetho lo. Imithetho iba khona eveni kulinganiswe nje ihluphe ematiko but lona vele icommand phindze futhi isicelo sesibaya seMaswati ade khulumele eMaswati yase imvume emhlaba sevele ithi awuhambe uyoshaya lo mthetho ukuthi abantu bakhona ukuthi basebenze lula.
Regional administrators had the opportunity to make their contributions.
Secretariat lothi database itabasa ofisini la ndfuna nkulu lelitawubona ukuthi onke lama ministries ahamba ngomgomo wale bili yini na lokho ke siyabonga kakhulu.
I-constitution ikhuluma ukuthi akube ne system yenye kungehlukaniswa tinkhundla nemadolobha. Ikhuluma ngokuthi develop i-system yenye kepha ngiyeva lapha nasa apresenta lo presentako ukuthi usenekukhuluma usenemalimi ukuthi sekukhona lokutabo addresswa iSwazi National waze wathi nje akati ke khona ukuthi itawuphathe kanjani. Sesakha i-system lengeke isolikhomba ukuthi lokunye ngeke ku-addresswe ngoba kukaSwazi National Council. Ayibe yinye i-system awuphume lo mkhuba ukuthi nakwentiwa ema-levels ahulumende bese kuthi le traditional part ishiywe ngaphandle.
According to the Minister of Tenkundla, all Emaswati will have the opportunity to make their input into the new law, as the next stage is to take the bill to the people at the various Tenkundla centers. Reporting, Mbongwa Dube, Smuva Shongwe, Manzini.
Members of Parliament have adhered to Section 241, subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Kingdom of Eswatini, which compels all public officers to declare their assets to the Human Rights Commission.
Members of Parliament, like all public officers, have a responsibility to uphold and defend the Constitution of the Kingdom of Eswatini. Section 241, subsection 1 of the Constitution requires all public officials to declare all their assets when they assume office, and also do same after 2 years to the Human Rights Commission. Members of Parliament had a session with the Human Rights Commission about the importance of declaring their assets. On Thursday, the Speaker of the House of Assembly led MPs to declare their assets, and after declaring, the Speaker took an oath.
So help me God. So help me God.
Mabuza says it is important for MPs to lead by example.
We, as members of this Honorable House, it is important for us to lead by example because this is a requirement of the Constitution. I encourage other public officials to declare their assets to the Commission.
Human Rights Deputy Commissioner applauded Parliament for upholding and abiding by the Constitution.
And kumcoka ukuthi sibabone ukuthi batiphatha ngendlela lenebuchotho.
I want to applaud Parliament for taking a lead in this exercise. Parliament is a very important institution, hence when members of Parliament uphold the Constitution, it gives us hope and belief that we as the electorate have elected the right people.
Parliament makes laws, and it is important for members to respect and abide by those laws. For Eswatini TV News, I am Lincoln Gule with Themba Shabangu in Parliament.
The Biashara Africa 2024 has not just brought together heads of state and government, but has also provided an opportunity to small and medium businesses to exhibit their products. Vukani Bomage and Eswatini Coffee are among the many exhibitors who are at the summit. The two companies say they are gaining a lot of experience that will help them grow. The exhibition is on the sideline of the summit, attended by His Excellency Prime Minister Russell Dlamini in Kigali, Rwanda.
And we think that the AfCFTA is a great trade agreement, and it might be something wonderful for different countries to benefit from, especially Eswatini. And I think the biggest thing that we'd like to really do is that ourselves, as we go back, and the government, just to promote it and tell people more about it, tell people how they can partake in the AfCFTA and how they can get into it, because some people feel as if there are no markets, there's no ways to access, but agreements like the AfCFTA allow people to understand that you can trade within Africa. And I think the biggest thing for us now is sensitization and assisting with capacitation for people then who can help us with the various different rules and things that we need to achieve in order to be part of the agreement.
Lokukhulu kakhulu lelithuba leli linika bosomabhizinisi lithuba lokuthi kube lula lokutrader within the African continent. Lobe kuyinto lebe likhulu kakhulu lokuthi sikhone ukutrader. Sikhone nekuthi sishiyelane lwati kulete ku trade. So lokufika lapha siveza khanza ukuthi lamanye emave sekasembili kakhulu ngalete kushiyelana ngelwati lokuthi kuze ukuthi nibe bantu labangakhona ukuthi nithole lusito etimalini, lusito ekuceceshekeni. Lokukhulu kade ngilokuthi sibantu asengibekise nje thina baseswatini lokuthi sakhe lama associations atasinika lamandla ukuthi sibhagene ngoba sesitabe sinemthamo lomkhulu waloko lesikhicitako nalesikulimako. Nami nje ngidawukhuluma ngibe biased ngenza ba icoffee lokuthi icoffee salicala singasi association but ke nathi sesiyakhile le association siyakhiswe yini ngile kuhamba letindzawo letifana naleti lapho sife sabona khona lokho ukuthi ngeke ukhone kufika uhambe esigaba lesithe uwedwa funa nani-live nihambe kanye kanye neloko ukuthi iba khona-ke le recognition.
In our sports news, Sihlangu Semnikati head coach Draco Logarishchik says in his opinion it would be advisable to reduce the number of clubs that compete under the Premier League, which are currently 14. The Croatia-born coach says with Eswatini being a small nation with a small population, it's not practical to have 14 teams at Premier League level.
For example, France is 75 million, Italy is 55 or something, Germany is around 70 million. They have 16 clubs. Now Swaziland also has 14 clubs, I'm not sure, 14, 16. That means let's maybe in the future think about cut the numbers of the team in Premier League, and then from the quantity we have to make quality. Maybe better to have 10 or 12 teams, which will give good competition for each other, and the quality of those, for example, those 500 players which are registered now in Premier League, we have to choose 250 or 300, and that will be much better quality, much better competition. But the level of coaching is, the trick is what you see, or for sure, I'm very sure you have so many talented coaches in this country, former national players or just coaches, but what maybe in the future federation should do is try to organize, to invest in the coaches, to go outside to pick up some extra knowledges and bring those knowledges back to Eswatini. What that means, extra knowledges, maybe for 3 months or 6 months to go outside in Europe, doesn't matter, is it Spain, Italy, Croatia, Germany, Belgium, or Portugal or some other country, to see how things are working there. And then with that extra knowledge, they're gonna bring extra quality in this Premier League.
It's 26 minutes after 7, and that's it for our second bulletin. Thank you for staying with us. Let's leave you with the weather.
I'm a very happy customer.
I know.
imali yebhizinisi ayidliwa wayidla utobulala phansi.
Hayi ngimsebenzi yethu lesindako la ekhaya njengoba niyibona limihle nakangaka.
Ngiyagolosha, which is crocheting.
Ngiyakhicita ke noko kakhulu emsebenzini wethu ikhumba.
Ngenda kwegaba emacici nokwegaba entsanyeni.
Ngilungisa emagedlela. Hello, how are you? We are selling peanuts at 5. Thank you so much. Umdala kubusi. On the scratch, baby.
Here's another popping Friday evening right here on Friday Night Lights, baby. This is the platform for the coolest DJs in the kingdom.
All right, you're still watching Kusile Breakfast Show, the Friday edition. Thank you for waking up with us for the last time this week. We want to talk to a very, very interesting topic right now. We have Fisokuhle Khumalo. He's the Executive Director of Swazi Lounge. We want to discuss the exciting partnership they have with Stratcom Media for the upcoming Market Lounge Expo. It's a collaboration that promises to create a vibrant platform for local SMEs, providing them with a space to showcase their products, services, and network with potential clients. Now, with a strong focus on community engagement as well as youth empowerment, the Market Lounge Expo is said to be a hub for Eswatini's growing entrepreneurial spirit. Now, let's dive into what this event holds for our local business platform as well as ecosystem. Khumalo, welcome to the program. An exciting initiative. You know, one wants to just backdrop with what government is trying to do to alleviate the country from the unemployment, poverty, all the issues, the pressing issues that confront Eswatini right now. And just reading through what you guys want to do with Market Lounge, I can sort of get a sense that it is indeed in alignment with what government aspires to, to achieve. Talk to me about the vision behind the Market Lounge Expo. What inspired the creation of this platform for local SMEs?
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Ngumalo. Market Lounge Expo started as Market Lounge. This was, I think, 2 years ago when I was on my own entrepreneurial journey. I had gone to a JA business shower, and the common problem that I found at the shower was that SMEs were complaining that they didn't have a platform where they can showcase their products or a place where they could be testing out their businesses and their services. So I then, backed with my events management experience that I had from school, I decided to try it out and create such a platform. And that's how we started, and that was our first show was piloted in Manzini. And I invited a couple of friends who have small businesses, and that was how we started it out, and then it's just been growing ever since then.
Yeah. Key word there, growing ever since then, because also when we talk about SMEs, one of the biggest challenges is growth. They never grow. In fact, they die prematurely. We could even speak to Market Lounge itself being an SME, but it is a hub for business opportunities and the ecosystem that you guys have created for local SMEs. The impact that it has had since inception. You've spoken about, piloting it, and now that you're bringing it back. Talk to me about the impact that you have seen it having on local businesses.
All right, so we have been collecting a database of small businesses. So far, we've just been collecting that information, and we have seen that we have about 65 SMEs that have signed up on our platform. And there has been a really recurring attendance from some SMEs, so that I think they see benefit from it. They get a chance to showcase their products there. So I think and they're coming from different parts of the country, from Manzini, some have come from Ezulwini as well, all of which are coming to Mbabane to test out our platform. So I think it has caused some sort of vibration within these SMEs. They're now taking it upon themselves to put themselves out there and showcase their products and services to the people that they find at the event. So far, that has been the impact, and we're looking to push it further into other regions and growth.
How crucial are partnerships in this journey? We understand with this particular one, you have partnered with Stratcom Media, and it seems to be a significant step for you guys, and I suppose for them as well, the mutual benefits there. But do you envision their digital marketing? They have a lot of expertise when it comes to digital marketing. How will it elevate, say, the event's visibility as well as the overall success, really?
All right, so one thing that we have struggled with, because we didn't have the marketing expertise, was that we didn't have the attendance target. We didn't reach the targets we had planned for from the past events. So the partnership with Stratcom has now alleviated the stress of having to manage our own marketing campaigns and our own interest in marketing. And we've handed it over to a company that has now the expertise and the quality that they have and knowledge in the digital marketing space to make sure that we put the Market Expo around and in the faces of the people that are necessary to see it, and in the faces of the customers and the clients that we're hoping to see. So this partnership actually works very well because it solves the problem that we had, and also it's mutually beneficial, and we're working towards one target and making sure that the expo is impactful and beneficial to the people that attend it.
Absolutely. I think, was it a Wednesday? Yeah, 2 days ago, exactly 2 days ago, the Deputy Prime Minister's office hosted the Persons with Disabilities Job Expo. You know, a lot of talks around entrepreneurship. In fact, saw testimonials from some of the businesses that are run by persons with disabilities. And just that platform alone, from myself on the outside looking in as a viewer, I remember talking to some of my colleagues saying, there was this guy who sells traditional stuff, traditional regalia, uthi unempenso, and ngijale livunilako njengoba ngivunilile nje nyalo. Yathi ngiyawudzinga umpenso. So I suppose opportunities that are availed through these expos are far-reaching, more than just, you know, the cross-pollination of information with the businesses that are there, but also to the market itself. Talk to me about what these days the expos look like, what Market Lounge Expo looks like in terms of the market coming in and the business being in the same environment.
All right, so what we have so far is that we have businesses that are operating in many different industries. We have people that are baking, we have people that are selling soaps, we have many sort of small businesses that are available. So what we're trying to do is we want to map out the services and products that are available in Eswatini from the businesses that are here, and we want to make this information available to the consumers and the customers that attend the event. So when you attend Market Lounge, you're going to see and get information about what is available in Eswatini, who's selling what, and what products are being produced by who. But then after that, you need to be able to have maybe like a database or some information where you can map out which businesses are and how you can reach them and access them and further become a customer and contribute to the sustainability of these businesses. So that's how we're trying to fusion the market and the business at Market Lounge. And then at the expo, we're just showcasing what is happening in Swaziland, who's selling what, how you can reach them, and maybe opening opportunity for people to network and, you know, connect with each other.
Yeah, it becomes very important, I suppose, because you think about what the International Trade Fair has done over the years in terms of improving just, you know, the spaces and making them family friendly. Is that something that you also do in your approach?
Yes, so when we have Market Lounge, dependent on the venue, so once we have found a fixed venue, we do hope to have a kiddie zone, because a majority of our targeted market is people that should have children or have children. So when we have them at Market Lounge, they shouldn't then feel they have the need to leave their children at home. So we do dedicate a kiddie zone where you can then have your children playing or, you know, having a time of their life whilst you are busy networking and interacting with the businesses. Yes.
I suppose it's just beyond the interaction which is between the consumers and the local SMEs. How does the entrepreneurs who come to Market Lounge to exhibit, as well as, you know, just expose their products, how do you see that influencing? How will their businesses really be influenced by them being a part of this movement?
All right, so what we're looking at going forward, without giving out too much information, is to capacity build these businesses before they exhibit at the expo. So by the time the entrepreneur himself or herself needs to be capacity built to a certain extent before they're able to get to the expo and then take advantage of the expo. Because as an entrepreneur, you get to an expo, your job is not just to set up your products. You need to be able to attract the people to come and speak to you and see opportunities on people who you can work with. Maybe another stall has something you'd like to do as well, or some sort of collaboration you guys could have. So we're trying to capacity build the entrepreneur in the future. And then when they get to the expo, then they'll know how to take advantage of it. And as well as the other government parastatals and companies that have capacity building, where they're giving information about how to build a business in Eswatini and all of that. This is how we're hoping to merge the whole capacity building and the exposition at the expo.
It's quite important. Talk to me about just the current climate of, I suppose, unemployment in Eswatini, juxtaposing it, of course, with the aspirations of Market Lounge. We speak about 4,000 graduates a year. There's over 4,000, to be honest, if you think about it, because there's UNESCO, there's Ngwane College, there's Christian, there's Limkukwing, there's Squat, there's quite a lot of them, and, you know, the smaller ones that are still bubbling up. It's a lot of them. And, you know, you want to acknowledge the youth unemployment, which is at around 60%, plus minus. The overall unemployment sitting at around 35%, going up. You know, how do these numbers speak to you as someone who has then found it incumbent upon themselves to create a platform that allows people to sort of, you know, alleviate this unemployment issue?
All right, I think, first of all, before you can answer the unemployment problem is that the country needs entrepreneurs, people to build businesses and provide services and products that will benefit the customers that are in the country. So after you have built those businesses, then you can alleviate the unemployment rate, because now the businesses will be able to offer jobs to the people that are unemployed, the qualified, that are graduated from the universities and all of that. So I think the first step would be to create opportunities for entrepreneurs, make it easier for them to start their businesses and grow them and make them sustainable into the future and all of that. And then that will then create a place where you can then now create employment for the students that are graduating from the university. If it's 4,000 a year, that clearly means we need a big number of businesses to start in a very short period of time. So with Market Lounge, we're hoping to capacity build the entrepreneurs so that they can see that we don't start a business and make it like a 2-year project. It needs to be sustainable beyond your existence as the entrepreneur, and make sure that someone else can do it after you have left the platform or the business. So,
so who do we, speak to in particular with regards to creating the conducive environment for businesses to first and foremost open before they actually thrive? I look at someone like you who you said you studied events management. You have been a part of, experiences under, business incubator programs like the Junior Achievement programs, which are already, I suppose, stepping foot in the right direction and making sure that they speak to this aspiration that you have and creating the conducive environment. But, do you also speak to, other graduates who studied events management, business management, entrepreneurship to sort of, really take up that skill? And, I suppose that there seems to be a lot of talk shops, and as well as a lot of complaining. But here you are, as young as you are, you're doing quite a lot to make sure that we put rubber on the ground, the wheel is moving. I want you to speak to those sort of people who can create the environment and look beyond just, the troubles that they may face.
All right. Essentially, my address would be that as an entrepreneur, you can't wait for anyone to come and assist you. It's your job to get the ship moving. So initially, you need to start. You need to be the one that's on the ground, doing research, finding out, looking at the ideas, testing them out and failing, and keep failing and fail some more. And then just always hold on to the vision that you have for your business or your life. So as an entrepreneur, there's no one that could essentially assist you. You need to do it yourself. And then the government, for example, or the Ministry of Commerce, all they have to do is set up the field and make it conducive for the businesses to run. They're only there to support. But it starts with the entrepreneurs making sure that they can step up and do what needs to be done when necessary.
Yeah, empowerment. I want us to talk about empowerment. I understand you will be hosting a Twitter space titled Empowering SMEs, Growth and Opportunities at the Market Lounge Expo. What are you going to be discussing?
So at the Twitter space, we're going to be speaking about the problems that the SMEs in Eswatini are facing. We're trying to use this platform to speak directly with the entrepreneurs and the SMEs that come to the event and hear what they're saying they're struggling with. Maybe they need more help with customer service, they need more help with building business plans or preparing the business for funding. So at that Twitter space, we'll be sharing more information on how you can best approach that, or you'll just be hearing more from the entrepreneurs what their problems they've been facing with doing business in Eswatini or starting up and scaling up. So we will be sharing our own insights and our own experiences, and as well as from one of our keynote speakers who might be attending the show, will also be imparting his knowledge and his journey as well.
I'm doing a bit of math in my head. I'm not the best in mathematics, by the way, but being in broadcast journalism for a little while has sort of helped me understand the business dynamics that attain on the ground in Eswatini. You spoke about, I think it was your first response today, that you have about 65 SMEs that have registered to be a part of this Market Lounge Expo this year. I want to, sort of juxtapose that with the job opportunities that these businesses can then avail as they continue to grow into becoming, renowned businesses in the country. The potential is immense if you think about it. We spoke about unemployment being the most pressing issue in Eswatini right now. We need these businesses to grow, to be sustainable. Let's speak to the sustainability now, just even outside of the expo, someone who did events management and was passionate about business growth and local entrepreneurship, just, manifesting and growing in Eswatini. How can these businesses find themselves in sustainable paths? What are some of the things that you have seen they can leverage?
All right, so Mr. Ngumalo, sort of correct the course of study that I went through. I went to business administration.
Okay.
And then events management was an opportunity that I saw.
Right.
And then I started a business in events management. So then I've
Even
learned
better.
how to be an
Absolutely.
events manager. So I think for sustainability in a business, I think as an entrepreneur, you need to be able to do the small things and repeat them over and over again and make sure that you do them right. So, for example, research. If you need to do research, you need to look at almost the smallest detail into the business. How much will it cost to produce one of whatever product you're selling or service? So I think you shouldn't look at, or well, you should always have in your mind what the future looks like. But what you need to look at right now is the very small things that you need to do, the tasks that you have to do every single day to make sure that you reach that goal that you're planning for. So yeah, that would be my advice to them.
Your partnership with Stratcom Media as people who, advertise mostly digitally, and what you want to do with these local SMEs. Do you feel as though they have started taking up the digital space as they should? Our Minister for ICT speaks to, the next couple of years being very different from the past because of, the advent of artificial intelligence, the advent of, the advancement of technologies really. And even businesses will have to, keep up and be at par with the rest of the globe with regards to advertising online and just, growing your business online beyond just advertising, even the communication that is done now, everything is online. Yeah. Do you feel as though our businesses have taken up that space as they should?
I think they have information about it, so they are trying it, but they don't sort of scale it down to their business and get the right objectives of doing this, and then only then do you execute it right. So most of the businesses we have at Market Lounge, we found on the digital space. We met them on Instagram. We have interacted with them from our advertising and all of that. So I think it's essential what Stratcom Media is doing because they have the expertise in digital marketing. They have the skills and the team to help you improve your business with the digital marketing spaces. So companies like them are very important to the SMEs in Eswatini in making sure that we have our digital footprints. And it's important for us to have digital footprints as a small businesses because it increases our reach, which means we could reach more customers, we could reach more potential investors. And there's a whole lot of potential that could come from such partnerships. And I'm really thankful to the Stratcom team for seeing Market Lounge as an opportunity for themselves as well, and them partnering with us and making things possible for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What are some of the key takeaways that you could, say the businesses are going to take from the Twitter space, and not just the Twitter space, and then the Market Lounge Expo itself?
Right, so from the Expo, I think mostly we'll be trying to preach to them to tell them that they need to take the first step. It's necessary for you to be able to take the first step. Plan for the future, but you need to take the first step and make sure that the small steps that you're taking in between now and the future, you make sure that you're crossing all your I's and dotting all your T's. So that will be something that they'll be learning. And at the Expo, at the Twitter space, I think it will be more of everyone sharing their problems so that we can see what the common problems are, and then eventually in our following offerings, we'll be able to address those issues and sort of in our own way make it easier for businesses to do business in Eswatini and be available to customers. And yeah.
And then from the Twitter space, any key takeaways that they can take as well and apply those insights into their businesses?
Because the Twitter space will be mostly about hearing from the entrepreneur what their problems are. So I think we will then, after the Twitter space, have solutions and maybe insights and information that they could use to produce and do better in their businesses.
Good looking up, man. Again, I'd say all the best with everything going forward with the Market Lounge Expo. Local SMEs empowerment is, one of the most important things that we need in the country right now. But we also need the SMEs to stand up, because creating the environment is one thing, but having players who are willing to leverage that environment is something else. 65, willing participants already. The number potentially growing. Are you happy with that number?
No, I'm not yet happy with it. I'm happy with the progress we've had. That's very good progress because this is a number that we've accumulated from 5 events that we have done. But I foresee the space growing much larger than it is right now because there are SMEs everywhere in the country and there are entrepreneurs everywhere in the country. So we want to empower everyone that we can reach and give them the chance to test out their business and come visit the platform. So the numbers are good so far, but we're looking very much to grow them and increase the database that we have and the reach that we have with the SMEs.
Do you have the dates on stamps now for the Expo?
Yes, this expo is going to be on the 23rd of November at the Albert Million in Babane.
Okay. Yeah, so you heard it yourself from the Executive Director, Fisokuhle Khumalo, Market Lounge Expo 2020. For local SMEs, the environment is being made conducive for you. Do the right thing yourself and make sure that you meet it halfway. At the very least, consumers willing to participate. Hopefully, we will have a lot of Eswatini attending as well. Let us continue to empower our local entrepreneurs, not only limited to my sort of business, but persons with disabilities as well. They can be a part of this. We have seen what the Deputy Prime Minister's office is doing with regards to empowering them. We are willing to see businesses that are also being headed by young people, Banvana, old people as well as persons with disabilities. As long as it's startups, those are businesses that have immense potential to grow and employ more Eswatini. Thank you for staying with us. We'll go for a net break and we'll be back shortly.
WHO's World Mental Health Report says that mental health is the leading cause of disability. What are the signs and how can we keep ourselves safe? Hello, I'm Vismita Gupta-Smith. Welcome to Science in 5. We are talking to Dr. Mark von Umeren. Welcome, Mark. Mark, tell us about this WHO report that says that mental health is a leading cause for disability. Explain that to us.
WHO does advanced calculations in coming up with a conclusion like that. And these calculations, they include a number of different sources of information. One of them is that for an individual, when they have a mental health condition such as depression, it's actually very impairing. So many workplaces, the leading cause for people not being at work for sickness leave is because of mental health conditions, although that's often not said. Similarly, these conditions are very common. In fact, they start off in the teenage years, in adolescent years, and largely they are untreated. Indeed, only less than 1 in 3 people around the world are getting mental health care for their mental health condition.
Mark, speak to us about how the pandemic has impacted our mental health, and also how can we recognize these signs in ourselves or in our loved ones?
The pandemic has been, as you can imagine, very hard on people's lives, and it has really shone a light on mental health. The rates have gone up first year of the pandemic for anxiety and depression about 25%, meaning that about 25% more people than before had depression or anxiety, which is enormous. And for suicide, we didn't see the rates go up, but that's good news, but we're carefully monitoring that. In terms of people with pre-existing severe mental illness, they were more likely to catch the virus, more likely to be severely ill from the virus, and in fact even more likely to die from the virus. These are facts that are very important and have not been highlighted enough. In terms of your own mental health, if you find yourself to have persistent anxiety, which you didn't have before, persistent sadness or depression or sad mood that you didn't have before, or drinking more alcohol, or having lost pleasure and interest in things that you used to like, and then these are concerns, and you need to take action to either seek help or to learn about how to manage these.
So Mark, tell us, what can people do to keep themselves mentally healthy?
To stay mentally healthy, one can do a number of things. One of the things that one can do and should do is to stay physically active. That's important for health and physical health. Second thing that's very important to do is to avoid alcohol. Alcohol is often used by people to think that they would be mentally feeling better, but actually it makes mental health problems more complex and more difficult to overcome. Thirdly, one should do every day something that is either enjoyable or meaningful. If enjoyable, could be talking to a friend or going for a walk. And finally, one can practice stress management techniques such as mindfulness, which is increasingly popular and is evidence-based. If you develop a mental health problem and these tips are not enough, then it will be important to seek help, preferably from a health professional, but let's say there's no trusted health professional in your community, then at least talk to a trusted person in your community, maybe a friend or another person that you think is worth discussing with, to get their to have them listen to you and perhaps get their feedback on how you can deal with your difficulties. Also, what can be helpful is self-help. There are a number of self-help books out there and self-help materials online. When they are based on what is called cognitive behavioral therapy, then they're usually very good.
Thank you, Mark. Here's wishing you all good mental health. Until next time then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stick with science.
Good afternoon. I'm Elizabeth Thatcher. I'm your new teacher. I'd like to talk about what I expect from you. I expect you to pay attention when I'm speaking. I expect you to raise your hand when you would like to speak. The school is in this saloon?
It's the only place big enough to hold our children, Miss Thatcher. We had requested a mature, experienced teacher, someone who would not shrink from the challenges that Coal Valley presents.
I realize I am perhaps not what you expected, but I assure you I am acquainted with the most modern teaching theories.
The superintendent of schools did tell you what happened here.
No, he didn't.
Welcome to the ultimate guide to your weekend entertainment. Get ready to groove with us as we bring you the hottest music videos and exclusive interviews with your favorite celebrities. Experience fresh music videos from new releases, underground sensations, and emerging talent. Whether you're hip-hop, amapiano, or afro, we've got something for everyone. And if you've missed out on any of the excitement, don't worry, we've got you covered. Join us for an electrifying journey through the music scene. Relive the magic and get inspired for your next weekend adventure.
Busy ngiyatibuta, busy ngiyatipenya, bonke kwami kuyakhalela.
So tune into This Week at Eswatini for your weekly dose of music, entertainment, and unforgettable experience. Get ready to groove because the weekend starts here.
You got me stuck on you. Come on, it's a simple song. Sing with me. Say, you got me stuck on you.
All right, it's 2 minutes before 8 o'clock. We've come to the end of our program. Normally it's a Friday. And we're always excited because it's the beginning of a weekend. You'll have an amazing weekend.
Not a week. Always excited. I'm troubled, you know, it sounds like I'm 17. Vabuhlungu nje ukuthi akufuna ngihlale emalanga lamathathu ukuthi ngibuye em17 yabe kuyangami ngahlale kungumsombuluko kuya kulesihlanu phinde siphinze kanjalo singayi ngempela sonto siphumula ini ngoba kuyasenjetwa lana sakhalifa Cha bekunene impela sonto sayitawuba ngilehle sithembe ukuthi itawuphindze ibe ngilebusisekile. Tinqumo nato ati bengilethe inhle kuyo naso.
The day you take Christ into your life, you begin to walk in a blessing.
Emaswati Master ushiya simakazi sibukela abanye bonkulunkulu uNkulunkulu utawukhwesha kithi emaswati singamlahli uNkulunkulu
sitomdumisa sisho sithi uyigcwele somali
mase ubutholile lobungcwele hlala ungilongcwele
ningesabi nimaswati this is our season nguye idolo nguye namuhla nguye nakusasa
Lo hlelo luthi siyakudumisa mxosi mavembelo yakubingelela ngikwemukele kulolu hlelo egameni lenkosi yethu leNjesu Kristu. Lo mhla ke ehlelweni sibe sidla lona livi la uNkulunkulu sikhuluma kabantu ngokuthi